時の笑顔でラストメディア知りたいその秘密見せてるやつ抜けてるとこさえ彼女のエリア完璧で嘘つきな君は天才的なアイドル様
Damn, look at me. Look at us. Being on time with the anime for once.
Barely.
Dropping a video exactly when it just ended. Who would have thought?
Not me.
But on the real, I am so glad I'm early with this video this time, y'all. So we can truly see how my thoughts with this show align with everybody else for once. And not months from now like I always do. But as of recording and making this video, I know the season finale is already out. I haven't seen it. But we'll talk about that. Let me get to that. Calm down. Get out the comments. Get out. If you've been with me since I started reviewing anime, or if you're just new here, I'm gonna let you know right now, I do not like to give my opinions on the show before even seeing how the end of the season even goes. I don't understand how creators even do that. I've been seeing people drop videos like 4 minutes into an anime. How the fuck? It's like, yeah, in some instances we all gotta bow down and cater to the almighty YouTube algorithm, but I'm stubborn. I'm stubborn as fuck. And I truly believe in artistic integrity, even if it's just a YouTube video about Japanese cartoons that I make for no money. Because somebody's gotta do it, right? I don't know why it had to be me, but I guess we're here now, so fuck it. Before the spring season of anime even started, I had my eye on Oshinoko. I had my eye on it. Because if you've seen my video about manga covers that I talked about, I think a couple months ago, scratch that, it was more than a couple months ago. I've been seeing a trend in like a lack of cool and interesting looking key visuals in the anime industry nowadays. Most posters follow the same tired ass formula that the Hollywood movies are in right now. And for the life of me, I don't know how y'all can't tell that these look bad.
You don't want to be like this. This is disgusting. This is awful in every way. If I could kill it, I would. But I legally can't.
And it's not like Oshinoko doesn't do the same thing with this, because one of their posters is literally that. Shit, even the season 2 poster that they just released is literally the same thing.
You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
But the poster I saw before the season even started that really caught my eye was the one of I with Aqua and Ruby as kids, and this caught my eye simply because it didn't have any kanji, it didn't have a title on it, no names, no nothing, nada. So before I even knew what the show was about, they already had my ass intrigued. Since whoever came up with this visual obviously wanted to cater to my little artsy brain that cares about the little stuff, because little stuff matters. I did a little research to see if this show had a manga for source material, and come to find out, my intuition was on the money, because the author of Oshinoko is the one and only, the man himself, my dog, Akasaka, the author of Kaguya-sama, Love is War.
Oh, say less.
Oshi, that's all you had to say. I'm here. One, I already made 2 videos already about this man's work.
Get off that nigga dick, bro. What is you doing?
From a romance perspective, this man is a genius writer. So I truly had high expectations going into episode 1 of this show. Because this time around, I made a sin. I broke my one rule. I broke my I'm not gonna watch an anime until the season's over rule. Because I'll be honest, I was peer pressured. Motherfuckers all across the internet would not shut up about the premiere of Oshinoko. So I bit my pretentious bullet,
whatever that means,
and watched this basically half-hour mini movie that the studio presented to us, just because motherfuckers were posting stuff like this on Twitter. I only have this rule in place for myself because I truly hate looking at people shit out their opinions on a show that they really know nothing about still. Not even being pretentious for real. I want to give you guys a complete all-around review of the show, so I need to ingest every episode into my body before I even think about making said video. And I'll be honest, the premiere of Oshinoko, that shit pretty good. That shit kinda cool.
They kinda cool.
This first episode gave me high hopes for the series moving forward, because if this start is of any indication of the show moving forward, might truly be in the GOAT debate of manga offers, if he's not up there already. But I'm talking specifically with the GOAT manga offers to make 2 generationally legendary titles, with other authors like Togashi, who made Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho.
Hey, you a crip?
Junji Ito, who made Gyo and Uzumaki. Takehiko Inoue. He just looks like a cool ass dude who made Slam Dunk, then went on to make Vagabond. The list just goes on. There's too many. And I can feel this from Oshinoko. I can see the greatness already. I can feel it. My intuition never fails me. If Aka can just keep this flowing, he's gonna be in that GOAT conversation for me. I can tell this anime was gonna be up my alley because I love me some supernatural dramas in live action and in animation, and it simply fascinated me to see a show where the promotional art doesn't display a glimpse of the messed up stuff that lies beneath all this bright ass neon purple. I feel like the secret calling card to where you can feel a show is going to be special is when the season has an awkward ass episode tally like 11 episodes, you know, with an hour-long premiere. Like, who do you know that does that besides, like, I don't know, like ReZero or like Demon Slayer? Most modern anime now are like 12 to 13 episodes or 2 core 24 episode seasons. That's just the normal shit now. In my lifetime, I've only ever seen 3 shows pass Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood on the all-time list on the My Anime List website. Attack on Titan, Lovers War Season 3, and then Oshinoko.
That's suspicious.
When I said I truly didn't know what to expect from this show, I really meant it. I can't be the only one that thought that Ai's eyes were gonna be like some supernatural Sharingan summertime rendering bullshit. But nah, the actual supernatural elements of the show have nothing to do with her eyes.
What? Oh. Okay.
That's literally just her character design, and that's fucking hilarious to me. It's like I didn't understand why they chose to draw her eyes that way, but I'll get to that when I talk about a certain character. I'll get back to that. From the get-go in the premiere, I was already seeing stuff I've never seen in the anime before, like teen pregnancy. Has anybody else seen teen pregnancy in anime? Anybody? Have you? Leave a comment if you have. I actually want to know. As polarizing as you think this is for like people in the States, I'm surprised to see it adapted in the media outside of my little American bubble. It's obvious that it happens everywhere, of course. I mean, duh. But writing a supernatural drama around it is something you can't help but say is some new shit. At least from all of the media that I have consumed up until now. The story ultimately starts from the perspective of 2 people basically. Aqua Hoshino, a crazy famous idol pop star in Japan, and this random ass doctor who is also a super fan of hers, who is then murdered.
Where'd he go?
And then classic isekai anime fashion, he's reincarnated as the baby of the idol he's such a big fan of.
Now I'm living as the son of idol Aqua Hoshino. Why do I still have memories of my previous life? What principles could be at work?
Shit, I don't even know. Like, I can't even tell you that. Like,
along with his twin sister, who was a girl that had cancer that he spent time with while he was a doctor. Now I know this sounds wild, but trust me, it's good. Hear me out. Just trust me. It's basically Mushoku Tensei without the fantasy world.
I get it. I've been reincarnated. Who'd have guessed something that ridiculous could happen in real life?
And we have 2 leads this time around, because you know we have to double it. The premise of the show has so many avenues of storytelling that it wants to go down and can go down, and all of it is equal parts as compelling as the next one. Because after Ai has her kids, it turns into a really cool depiction of postpartum depression because of her taxing job as an idol in the entertainment industry.
I'm not feeling up to this today. Guess I'll do some ego surfing. Huh? Hitting me where it hurts.
And also how she has never once smiled with genuine happiness or emotion at what she was doing, which is shown when her kids come to one of her concerts and she finally gives out a genuine smile to the audience and her adoring fans. And I just thought, damn.
I'm sure I wouldn't be capable of loving the fans. Idols say stuff like, I love all of you. If I said that, I'd be lying.
Lying is fine, Ai. In fact, pretty lies are what fans want anyway. As an idol, lyrics like I love you will appear all over a lot of your music. Believe me. As you continue saying I love all of you, the lie becomes the truth.
Huh? The lie becomes the truth.
We need more stories like this. More stories like this per se in modern anime. Because not everybody's seen Perfect Blue, or can tolerate Love Live, or Kageki Shoujo.
Hello, I'm Sarasa Watanabe. I'm 15.
Damn. That's a big.
I love that we get to take it from an already decorated manga author who wants to tell an adult story while sticking to the, normal anime aesthetic. Oshinoko still has the normal stuff anime fans are all accustomed to and associate with, the little quirky stuff. But that stuff doesn't bother me this time around because the writing is so deeply constructed within our reality that when stuff like this happens,
You went and had kids even though you're a fucking idol! You fan-betraying slut! You treated us fans like we didn't exist! I bet you mocked us behind our backs too! You damn liar! You lured us with your I love you bullshit! It was all lies!
I've been irresponsible from the start. I'm not pure of heart. I'm dishonest and dirty.
So yeah, if you didn't know, the main protagonist of the show, kind of, dies in the very first episode. And I guess this was the scene that had Twitter up in arms, going out of their minds, and to be honest, I saw it coming. I can tell that this show is willing to go there. Having a crazed stalker who took all of Ai's lies about how she truly loved her fans and being so far gone enough that they're willing to track her down and kill her in front of her kids is a truly compelling jump off point for the show. This shit was crazy, and the artwork itself is a little spooky. The artwork on Ai's death scene is equal parts beautifully done but also haunting, that even when I could tell that something bad was about to happen, something bad is about to happen to me, I still teared up a little bit. It had the star vanish from her eyes as she passes on. That was such a nice but devastating touch. And I love that the show is willing to go there with its social commentary on the dark inner workings of the entertainment industry. Also on social media and its effects on performers in the Japanese entertainment industry. But also anybody around the world that's in this industry could relate to it as well. And the most interesting part leaving episode 1 is how the characters will navigate this moving forward from this Kodak moment. So while this show doubles as a little revenge murder mystery about finding their father, who when Aqua comes to find out could allegedly be the main culprit of why the stalker found Ai's address in the first place after being so well hidden for so many years. And at that point it's like, well damn, here, take my time, take my money, take my attention, take all of it. You have it, I'm here. Oshinoko officially has one of my favorite first episodes in not just anime, but in all of media. And it didn't need to be overly raunchy and sexual to convey its message either, like some other shows I know. There's just so much storytelling potential, and I could tell because of how I saw the ratings were kinda dipping down past episode 1. I was gonna see a whole bunch of people going, the show fell off after episode 1. Which is just, no. Oshinoko isn't a show made for shock value or grandeur or to just look pretty. It actually has purpose and a reason to exist, something to say. Nigga, yes, I'm talking about you. Move. Shit, I have multiple family members that have been through teen pregnancy and have found love through their children more than any love they felt in their lives up until now. So I relate to this story. I was abandoned her entire life, so all she had to give back to a world that tried to give up on her in the first place was fake love. Straight out to my face! And that subject matter alone is a story worth telling. And I feel that because I'll say it right now. As I've said before, I hate the casual depiction of early motherhood that I see get tossed on a regular in our day and age. I never had real family love, so she had to make her own.
I think you'd better forget all about it. Besides, I've grown up in a children's home. I only had a single parent from the start. Then my mom got arrested for theft when I was little. So I was put in a home while she was away. But then, my mom never came to pick me up after she was released from prison.
Worked her ass off so her kids could live privately with no cameras in their face, like they're a damn Kardashian.
Oh, sorry, Noid.
This show kinda reminds me of another show called Swarm, a show dramatizing the effects of idolizing one famous person and how insane it can make somebody. Oshinoko isn't Swarm because I think Japanese idol culture is a little bit different from Western culture, but I'm pretty sure you get what I mean. For me, Aka making this story is basically telling the entirety of Japan. I don't know, guys. Maybe we shouldn't sexualize and worship these teenagers. It might be emotionally too much for them to handle at this age. Oh yeah, and also, people are crazy and horny, which is not a good combination. My only problems with the premiere really have nothing to do with what the story is trying to say, of course, but more so I'm sick of anime not explaining their supernatural phenomenons just for the sake of having a good story premise. Like, let's be real. Let's be honest, I'd be losing my mind if I got reincarnated and I was completely 100% mentally conscious as an infant with an adult brain. You go from having full access to your body and motor functions to like 2%. I'm not okay with that. Imagine dying and being reborn as the twins of Beyonce and Jay-Z. I feel like that'd be a good equivalent to this situation. Like, why does Aqua just never grill Ruby on how wild their situation is? It's like you both are talking babies with full functioning brains, and neither of you want to learn more about this situation? No? Never? Baby time?
If this rebirth is a miracle brought on by the many obsessions toward her, it would make total sense to me.
How? Hold on, bro. How?
It's like, okay, I guess. I like how Miyako doesn't think she's just going insane once two babies threaten her life in the first episode.
It's dangerous up there on the
Behave thyself. I am the vessel of Amaterasu. I am what ye call a god.
Am I tweaking?
Let's be real. If a baby started talking to me about my sins, clearly sometime down the line in my life, I made a mistake. I fucked up to be in this situation. Like, why has Ruby never asked, hey, who were you before you got reincarnated?
Oh, yeah. There's no way he was. After all, Sarina was my name in a previous life.
Is this bitch for real?
Since she knows that he's supposed to be an older guy mentally. I mean, all this could eventually come back into play. It's still early days, but I just had to make it a point of contention because it was so glaring to me. Because anime does this all the damn time, and sooner or later we can't keep letting them slide with this. You can't just keep having supernatural sci-fi elements in your grounded, normal world stories and then just never explain it ever. Tokyo Revengers does this, and I asked the same question in that show. Shit, the isekai genre is basically grounded around that very concept. And whether or not it's true that this show takes place in the same universe as Love is War is yet to be seen, because now I just gotta accept that the rom-com Love is War has the potential for reincarnations in its story, I guess. Can't wait for that to happen. Another thing I loved about the premiere of Oshinoko specifically is how much it reminded me about how I felt about Dress Up Darling, to be honest. It hooks me and gets me invested in the romance between Marin and Gojo, but then the author remembers, oh shit, we actually have to do other stuff too. And then the whole story just becomes about cosplay from here on out. Oshinoko does the same thing in a way with hooking us with its supernatural revenge story, just to shove a whole bunch of entertainment industry jargon in our face.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not gonna lie.
But unlike the cosplay stuff in Dress Up Darling, Aqua being the actor and Ruby being the idol are way more interesting to me, because I study that same field that they're in. So I can understand if people don't like that part of the story. It's not for everybody. But honestly, who cares how you feel? I like this show and you're stupid for not liking it.
I'm not gonna lie, Oshi no Ko is mid and I never understood the hype.
My nigga, that's crazy. But I don't remember asking.
I never expected to see an anime where characters talk shit about bad TV acting, but here we are.
Do you enjoy making that face all the time?
What do you want?
Nothing. I was just chasing some cat, and I happened to come across you. Look at that. You're cute when you smile.
Cut it out. Don't tease me like that.
Be honest with yourself. Hey, buddy! Get your hands off my girl! Huh? What's your deal, man?
Cut it out! Don't start fighting now! Please stop! No!
What was that?
That's not even all. There's so much acting jargon in this show and I love it. The scene where they explain to the audience how adapting manga to live action will always and forever be a terrible ass idea is hilarious. Do you see now, Netflix? Even the anime thinks it's a bad idea. Please stop!
Can you stop? Can we not do this? For 5 seconds?
They even have scenes showing off actors and actresses who are actually good and talented getting handed shit writing to work with alongside people who just get casted because the only reason for them being in the show is to look good and cater to their 13-year-old audience of teenage girls. Yeah, I'm talking about you too. Do something. Bruh, there's a whole scene showing off the reaction of a manga author getting a dog shit representation for her series through, you know, a live action anime adaptation. And I truly feel this is how it feels for the creators of these poorly adapted shows. To have to sit there and watch this schmuck, I wouldn't wish on my worst enemy.
Every manga artist who have had their work adapted say not to have any high expectations. At first, creators have big smiles on their faces as they think, that'd be nice. I'd be happy if they do that. But by the end, they're left with disappointment. That's how adaptations into other media go.
I genuinely felt bad. I think Aqua might be trying to say something, but that ship has already sailed, I see. Speaking of which, has anybody checked on the creator of Promised Neverland? We really should. I'm not joking either. They truly didn't deserve what happened to their anime.
Bro, that's fucked up what they be doing to y'all. I ain't even gonna hold you, bro. I be saying that's fucked up like, bro.
But yeah, the first episode of the anime, without knowing anything at all about the source material, is most likely, you know, the prologue before the actual main story. I also respect the lengths of research Aqua probably had to go through to break down how much these idols really make.
On the condition I appear at all the concerts, I get a small amount of guaranteed pay. Plus, at post-concert fan sign events, I get commissions based on the number of instant photos with fans. Then clothing expenses and so on are deducted from that. And I've got to pay for my own transportation and makeup too. So most months, I don't even take home 100,000 yen.
Like, goddamn, who made her contract? Did he? I mean, considering in Japan, apparently you could be a pinup model as a freshman in high school. We literally have a whole character we meet that does that exact job. And that makes me a little scared about what's going on in Japan. As a Western fan, I'm looking like...
Nigga, no.
It's like that can't be healthy, right? Let alone morally sound in everybody's hearts. It's like, did she want to do this? Why does she want to do this? Who let her do this? She's like 15. Is it just me? Am I the only one? Am I the only one? I can't tell anymore if this is just my American ignorance of a foreign country or are we all just okay with this? And honestly, knowing that a mangaka author is writing a story about how all authors probably feel while working in this industry truly makes me feel for the author of Rent a Girlfriend. It's like he probably doesn't want to keep writing trash, right? Someone has to be forcing him, right? You know the deal, you know the work, studio interference, right? Right, Reggie? Reggie, please, talk to me. Either way, Season 3 of Run the Girlfriend is coming out soon, so Judgment Day is upon you. And I will be coming for you. And I will not hold back. Okay, I'm gonna talk about the characters now. Aqua Hoshino. I truly love Ai as a concept and character. Because to be honest, after the first episode, she's out of the story. So she's kind of just like a glorified plot device now that moves and shakes everything even after her passing. And that's so well done to me. It just shows how big of an influence she was in a lot of people's lives. That even after her literal death, I can accept that her influence in the entertainment world would be as big as it is. That people are still talking about her 10 years later.
その子が B 小町ってグループに入ったんすよ。
B 小町?
知ってるんすか？今の子は知らんのか。それ、昔あったグループの襲名だよ。愛っていう伝説的な子がいてさ。そりゃもうすごかったんだけど、志半ばで死んじゃってさ。
She's basically the Michael Jackson of Japan to the point it feels like she's alive in a way in the narrative. She is literally the damn mascot of the show without even having any speaking lines besides episode 1. Everything Aqua and Ruby do can somehow in any way, shape or form can be correlated back to her. And even after her passing, you still get to find out little beats of info about her that she tried to keep on the low from the world, which of course leads us to the biggest secret of them all. Who the fuck is the baby daddy? Most of everything we get to see about her life up until now is in the premiere. And since there really isn't much to say about her outside of that, I'm gonna follow up my next point with the character I really want to talk about. Aqua Hoshino. Yo, sidebar, but I find it funny how I literally did the celebrities always give crazy ass names meme from that RDC video.
You're such a good boy, Aquamarine!
In any case, I've been given quite a name.
Oh my god, it's a beautiful baby boy. Did you have a name in mind?
Gray Couch.
Did you say Gray Couch?
Yes, Gray Couch.
Gray Couch?
Yeah.
Is that the first name or?
I truly think Aqua is an amazing protagonist for this story. For the story that Aqua is trying to tell in the show, it was never shown whether or not he was this like edgy in his past life, or really how he really was in his past life per se anyway. Has he always been this jaded, or was it due to Ai's death to make him really be this way now? They even got this man soaking in the ending visuals.
I'm alone. Nobody cared me.
Hey yo, somebody give bro a hug. He clearly really needs one. I love how much Ai's death has repercussions on his demeanor and mindset moving forward. Since he was an adult before being reincarnated, he's lived a longer life than Ruby, which is evident to why he's the most mature person in every room he's in, even with the majority of the adults in the show.
Dear me! Get out of my room!
This damn son of mine!
Hey, aren't you in your mid-40s? Isn't it about time to move out?
Yo, call declined.
Embarrassing!
I find it hilarious how in episode 1 he goes out of his way to not get breastfed because he thought it'd be weird if he sucked on the person he's idolized, and because oh yeah, she's fucking 16 right now. And that would be kinda weird.
Oh, that good. Oh, mommy, let me suckle. You weird, buddy. You're weird.
But in reality, let's not all act like if we weren't in this bullshit reincarnation situation with our full adult brains, that we'd all take the high road and say we'd all just be like Aqua, when in reality, we all would be just like Rudius.
You and I are not so different.
Let's all stop lying to ourselves. Let's be a little transparent, alright? It's like in a way, you kind of feel Aqua's dilemma. This is a weird as fuck situation to be in, let's be honest. You go your entire life being a fan of this teenage idol girl, in which I'm actually happy that they never portrayed him as like a creep or anything for having this little niche interest, even though I do think that idol culture is kind of weird.
In modern Japanese society, many men feel they are financially or emotionally incapable of taking care of a wife. Instead, they choose to obsess over idols rather than take on the responsibility of a real romantic relationship.
Well, that's sad as fuck. In episode 1, he's still kind of characterized as a morally sound, normal adult person. Because like I said, when he gets reincarnated, he doesn't even want to suck on the tatas for nutrients. I gotta respect it. Because if it was me, don't ask me if it was me. I cannot disclose that information. The haters will sabotage me. And seeing how the show is trending right now, I imagine that Aqua's arc is going to get a whole lot darker. My reason for thinking this is because seeing Aqua spend 4 years trying different passwords on Ai's work phone just to unlock it to get further in his investigation is exactly the stalker behavior that he does a little bit inside the show, and you would think that he would hate that type of stuff. In some portions of the show, he does start to give off major light Yagami vibes. Some light Yagami red flags if you didn't already know that he was doing everything for a good reason, really. And to be honest, I don't even think Aqua has the cojones to even do anything to his dad once he finds him. 2010 Bieber hair built ass. He not about to do shit. But what I also love about his character is how he uses his acting skills and good looks to manipulate a situation or even performances on set. I really like that stuff because since I have a performing arts background, I feel like I care more about the acting stuff in this show than whenever Aqua is actually progressing the revenge plot narrative. That is the cool stuff to me. Although the weirdest thing that they tried to do with Aqua in this story is when they push him together with some of the main girls in this show as like love interests. There's a scene where one girl that he's been getting to know on set of a TV show that he's on right now, he told her that the type of girls that he's into is somebody like I. Wait, hold up. Nigga, that's your mom. Did you forget? And you know, you see where I'm going with this. But thankfully, like I said before, since Aka is actually a good writer, he never forgets about this or puts this on the back burner just to add a romantic subplot. Aqua's mommy issues is the most conflicting thing in the show for him, especially how he should feel moving forward romantically with anybody.
What exactly is I to me? Am I her fan? Is she a mother to me? Or...
How do you go from being a fan of someone, dying, becoming their newborn baby, getting raised by them, then watch them die a horrible, brutal death right in front of you, and then 2 girls show up in your life who kinda act like your mom, and you don't know if you actually like these girls because you were a fan of your mom, or the fact that you have teenage hormones again, and it's conflicting with your adult brain on if you should be romantically involved with these high schoolers. It's all just so fucked. I truly think Aqua should go to therapy. Oh yeah, and also this.
Lately I've become keenly aware that people's thinking is greatly influenced by their physical development. When I was a baby, it was hard to make firm memories due to infantile amnesia. And during puberty, one's second growth period, I strongly felt a heightened wariness of those around me. As I grow, my mind increasingly suits my body and environment. The boundary between me and Aqua Hoshino is steadily vanishing from existence.
What? What?
How does that still work? You'd still just be you. He'd still just be him. That doesn't make any sense.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Is he just talking about his past life in general, or... I don't even know. Let's move on. Ruby Hoshino, the most uninteresting character in the show. Let's go. Sorry, not sorry, but if I like all the supporting characters more than I do the second main lead of this show, basically, I think we might have a problem. It honestly just feels like Ruby wasn't given much to do this season. After episode 1, when they tell us that Ruby is the girl that had cancer that Dr. Aqua was taking care of, and she passed away before the birth of Ai's kids, which I was also a little confused about the timetable there. Did she just like sit in limbo before being reincarnated? If she died before Ai even had her kids, and Aqua died just as Ai was having her kids, what was her like soul doing before? See, this is why you have to explain shit. I should not be trying to do this for you. Ruby's entire character is obviously supposed to revolve around portraying the dark side of the idol industry, considering she's still like a child in her mind with an optimistic and naive outlook on the industry itself. That same industry that got her mother clapped in the first place, which honestly makes you think. The way I died is really such a good visual storytelling motif. You have Aqua being in the front, literally viewing the dark side of the world, on the side of the door where his mom is dying, as he learns more and more about the dark side of this industry, while Ruby is on the other side of the door, shielded from the bad stuff her big brother and her mom didn't want her to see. That's actually really cool. So as much as an afterthought most of the time Ruby feels inside the story, I truly see the potential in where her character could go once she gets exposed to more stuff being fully inside the idol world now. But the more and more I think about it, the more I realize that this story really didn't need this reincarnation element for real. I mean, besides Aqua being more mature and smarter than his normal age, I feel like the reincarnation shit didn't need to really be inside this story. I feel like this story could have been told without it. Am I the only one that thinks this? This could have been the story about the tragedy of a superstar idol in Japan and how her death affects the lives of her children growing up as they navigate the entertainment industry that got her killed in the first place. It's literally the same thing. I know Japan is obsessed with isekais and the talking baby stuff was fun in episode 1, I guess. But when you really think about it, I low-key think I would enjoy the story more if the reincarnation plotline was just cut altogether. Because even if Ruby barely talks about her past life because, you know, she finds it extremely sad and depressing to think about, so she wants to make the most of this second chance she's been given, which makes sense. That fits her character. That's just how I feel about it though. You guys can let me know what you think in the comments, or you can just yell at me on Instagram. I'll be on there too. All I know is if Ruby has a little YouTuber arc or OnlyFans arc, she's definitely gonna have more subscribers and money than me by the time this is over, and that's just so sad. Kana Arima, the best character in the show. Argue with your body pillow. Where do I even start with her, to be honest? Throughout the course of this first season, she was basically the main character to me, low-key. Definitely more than Ruby. Her introduction makes you think that she'll be the most annoying thing ever.
And that idol hardly had any screen time.
Huh?
I bet her acting was so horrible, they were forced to cut her parts. Seems like she's only good at buttering people up. Hey, AD, carry my bag.
But having her naturally develop out of that was such good writing, considering that her being that way as a kid correlated into her arc moving forward. She recognized that over the years how hard of a person she was to work with despite all of her talents. She even apologizes to Aqua for being a little goblin when they first met. Yeah, you could say that it was because she wanted him to be on her show, but I feel like it was genuine. I mean, it was a trash ass show that she was on. Like, damn, 1 star? Who made this? The Riverdale showrunner? Kinda wanting to give actually good representation to the source material of the manga she was acting in, of the manga that she was acting in the live action adaptation for, actually resonated with me, bro. She actually cares. Not to say that most actors and actresses or even producers or people working on the show don't care about the live action anime that they adapt. They most likely do. They most likely are fans. They most likely really love the source material that they're making, how to represent that in a way that will not be goofy as fuck. But that's another can of worms. Let's get back on topic. Kana's situation with this live action anime stuff reminds me of the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man situation. Someone who's grown up loving this fictional character and then getting the chance to live that character, embody that character, give a dope ass performance being that character, but it doesn't really matter in the end because everything else about the movie or show that you're in is absolute butt. I truly believe that this actually does happen in the industry, where showrunners and producers just be slapping together shows with pretty faces for a series that isn't like respected in the industry, just to put eyes on these actors' names because they're pretty. They got that Hollywood movie face. That's actually disgusting. I mean, just look at all the basura that Netflix pushes with shows and movies. All they do is promote influencers on there.
This morning, everyone had eggs. I had 9 bags of sugar. Whenever I eat sugar, I'm just like...
I'm out. You think I'm about to... I'm not watching this! Look!
Kana's story for me was all about how it's hard as fuck for a child actor to make a transition into a serious big budget show or movie. The last person that's come to memory that's done this successfully in real life for me was Jenna Ortega. Started off with Disney, I'm pretty sure. Had a bunch of supporting roles in TV shows, sitcoms. I remember seeing her in You one of those seasons. I think she's in the Scream movies now. And now she's finally in a big poppin' leading role with the Wednesday Netflix series. And I love how throughout the production of the show that Kana is on, while she's acting with her other co-stars, in her head she deadass just stops and realizes, oh my god, these guys are just terrible actors. I am carrying these dudes.
Still leave me alone! I don't like you following me!
It's so like you to think like that!
Keep in
Are
step
you
with
stupid?
him. No, but
I won't let you be alone!
it's impossible to pull this off! I can't make him look good!
I can't bounce off them to try and give a half-decent performance. It just feels like you're talking to a bedazzled brick wall.
It's so like you to think like that! I won't let you be alone!
No, this isn't happening! There's no reason for me to go on. What? What am I fighting for?
Which just goes to show you just how important chemistry is between scene partners, and how I feel like you need that relationship to really feel and convey that emotion to the audience. Oh my god, I love this show for this. Can Kana just become the main character of the show? I think I like seeing the stuff she's doing more than I care about finding out who killed Ai. And at the end of the show, they truly highlight how talented Kana is by having her cry on command thanks to Aqua's performance and an actual scene partner that she can actually trust. But what I really didn't expect from Kana's story really was for Kana's stuff to coincide with Ruby's story and for them to form a brand new idol group. I'm actually dead that the show really went out of their way to make a whole ass music video just to show how good of a singer Kana is.
Oh god damn it.
But she just lacks confidence about it because of how much she's failed in her life. She is so sympathetic, I can't help but root for her. She's clearly endgame in the author's eyes in terms of someone who's best fit for Aqua, but given her so much to do in the story to the point where she feels like the main lead was such a welcome idea to me. Kana was truly the best part of this anime, and honestly why you should watch this anime for all my young actresses out there. Okay, now let's talk about the most polarizing character inside the show, Akane Kurokawa. Now I don't really be on Twitter really, so I never peeped how much public outcry was going on about her, but god damn, you guys make me sad to be an anime fan. Like, just straight up disappointed. I'm not even joking. For context, Akane's arc inside the show starts when Aqua gets onto a teen reality show to try and get more information about Ai's past, and you know, a bunch of internal drama ensues involving her and her agency, thinking that she's being too passive on the show, and they want her to, you know, stir the pot a little bit, specifically with one of the popular girls on the show. So she got to stirring.
Child. Anyway, so
and basically gets canceled on Twitter for it. And this is because the producers didn't show the girls making up afterwards, because you know,
Here comes the money.
Here we go.
I actually love this show's take on social media in the industry and how much it plays a vital role in everything and anything in this field almost. They empathize that you can't even post some bullshit on your story because now you have sponsors attached to your name. That even something as small as like drinking a different water bottle than the one you're sponsored by could completely mess up your whole career as well. Now I don't know if this is true, but I get the feeling that John Morant should watch Oshinoko. I think it'd probably be very informative for him. I think he'd get a lot out of it. This show literally gives away all the sauce on how people consume and feel about media nowadays. I love the scene where Kana gives Ruby a whole entire speech about ego surfing just for it to come into play into what's going on with Akane. They dead ass had this poor girl make an apology tweet for that baby ass slap she gave. This is too much to be worried about in high school. What happened to the school festival festivals and shit that anime love to give. Give me some of those. It's getting kind of spooky in here. The show deadass turned into Doki Doki Literature Club with some of the shots and color palettes throughout the course of this episode. I literally screamed when she posted that apology tweet, because as someone who was born in the modern era, I already knew the outcome and what was coming. I was deadass like, no! Akane! Don't do it! It's a trap! I love that the show isn't shying away from how big Twitter is, specifically nowadays for young entertainers, and how much it factors into their mental health and making sure they monitor their mental health. This app can just be a minefield of ignorant ass people stating baseless ass claims and opinions behind their anime profile picture inside endless voids of shit opinions on shit opinions with no substance. Everybody has a voice now, and I'ma be real, a lot of y'all do not deserve it apparently. Because what is this controversy I've seen about anime fans cyberbullying the grieving mother of Hana Kimura, a professional wrestler who committed suicide for the same reasons that Akane wanted to in Oshinoko? And you nasty, disgusting, detestable motherfuckers attack this poor lady for trying to warn people about the topics involved inside this particular episode.
As I mentioned, right when episode 6 of Oshinoko got released, there was a particular mother who made a formal complaint to Oshinoko about how the aforementioned character that I discussed at the beginning of this video was depicting and gave off a little too many similarities to the story of that of her daughter. And that mother is the mother of Hana Kimura.
She wasn't even trying to cancel the show. She was just stating facts. And you know the fucking irony of it all is that the show that the weebs are trying to protect is deliberately condemning the same type of clown behavior they're doing to this mother. It's just insane when people can care so much about a piece of media more than a real human being who has been through an actual real tragic event. Fuck all of you, honestly. Anime fans make me so sad sometimes. This is why I tell y'all all the time to go touch some grass. This is not a joke. Go do it right now. You can come back to the video later. If this show has really taught me anything at all, it's really made me want to be a nicer person for real. Even if it starts off as fake nice, you can still have that build into genuine feelings. Just be nicer, bro. Try, bro. Akane's story in the show truly feels like when hard work meets an industry that doesn't give a single shit about the hard work you put in to be here. You really don't have to have supreme talent anymore. You don't need substance inside your art. You barely need to care about what you're doing and making anymore. Akane's agency wants her to stir the pot, but when we spend more time with her throughout the course of the show, you figure out that she's not even that type of person at all. She wants her talent to do the talking. The outside world created a narrative about her while the show let us know the type of girl she really is. And that shit's pretty sad, you know, because it's from a perspective of a striving creator like myself.
What it do, baby? Yeah, you already know.
Even the scene of her researching Ai to try and act like her so she can get closer to Aqua is sort of framed kinda creepy and like unhealthy for me, showing that this trauma is gonna stick for a while. I don't know, did anybody else feel that during that scene? I feel like this episode was a shout out to all the neckbeards behind the phone screen posting stuff thinking they're being funny without realizing that not everybody has the thickest skin on the internet. Yeah, but you don't care, right? Oshinoko mid, right? Bro's first complaint was saying the anime was carried by its story.
I don't understand why you even did this to yourself. This made you look so fucking stupid.
It's no wonder why I see Tom Holland constantly saying he keeps taking breaks from social media and stuff. I wouldn't want to see the crazy shit the world has to say about how much they want to smash my girlfriend either. And yeah, everybody else inside the show is cool too. The like supporting cast is actually much more layered than you think. Long hair girl, I forgot her name. She was cool. You thought that she was gonna be like a mean girl at first, but she turned out to be like pretty cool. Same with Who the fuck is this alien? Who made her character design? She looks like a reptile person. She legit jump scared me the first time I saw her. She's cool too though. I do appreciate how no character is a trope. No character really falls victim to simple anime tropes really. And I feel that's because Aka is actually a good writer. Every single character you see inside the show feel like they really have their own stuff going on. And before I give my final thoughts, I did want to talk about something I thought was cool, specifically about the designs of the characters. You know, the fucking star eye thing. I feel like Aka is showing it as like a sort of metaphor for superstar talent. Aqua and Ruby have always been told because of who their mom is that they've always been destined for superstardom, and that's why they only have the star in one eye, showing that they still got a ways to go before they're truly on Ai's level. Akane got him when she was impersonating Ai, and I think that was to show that she is on that level, but she just doesn't have the confidence and self-esteem like Ai to maintain it. If I had to guess, I think the same thing will probably happen to Kane once she accepts herself as the leader of the group fully. She's always struggled with the pressure of not feeling good enough, which clearly constantly eats away at her mental health, and that's probably why she always makes self-deprecating jokes belittling herself when everybody around her knows she's really talented. It's actually pretty sad. And remember how I said I made this video before I watched the finale? Well, it's been some time now, so yeah, I watched the finale. All in all, Oshinoko has a lot of amazing stuff in it. How it explains the negative and intricate but interchangeable web of the entertainment industry, but also how the industry affects all of the performers inside of it. It hooks you with the idea that the show will be about one thing, but really it's just Aka venting on the low. You're not slick, boy. This show has truly more to say than just a little murder mystery hooker in episode 1. When the show leans into the drama aspect of itself, that's really when it shines. But when it's trying to be a slice of life comedy, that's when I feel most people start to tune it out a little bit. So although it didn't really hold my attention in episode 2 onward, unlike the gut punch that the premiere was, I did really enjoy everything about the story being told, but I just didn't get that binge worthy I just can't stop watching vibe from it, you know? That feeling where you feel like I gotta know what's gonna happen. Not to say that if I wasn't gonna make a video on it, I wasn't gonna watch the show. Like, nah, I'm still a whole ass weeb. It was on my watch list before most of y'all. So I'm giving Oshinoko season 1 an 8.5 out of 10. It's not a masterpiece like its big sister series, but it's still too early to even say that really. Okay, what's next?
No. Wait.
Did you tell me this was over? There ain't no use talking it over. Why didn't you try to tell me sooner? Why didn't you tell me it was over?